Okay guys, make sure you're getting out page 133. That's the one that we did yesterday. If you were absent, just make sure you're getting it out and going it along with us. Right now, we're not actually grading this paper. We're just seeing how you did. Then we're going to go over some problems and you'll get your worksheet later. Make sure you are paying attention, correcting your answers, and staying quiet. At any time, if you need the sub to rewind and go back over, make sure you politely ask. You can either choose to rip this out and put it in your binder, or you can leave it in your book. So let's take a look at number 1. We're going to see if 1/3 is less than, greater than, or equal to 3/5. So we need to find a common denominator. I'm looking at the 3 and the 5, and I know that 15 is my common denominator. To get 3 to be 15, I'm going to multiply by 5 on top and bottom. And then to get 5 to be 15, I'm going to multiply on 3 top and bottom. So we get 9 over 15. So I'm going to rewrite this down here so it's easier for you to see. I have 5/15 and 9/15. So we're going to look at these top numbers now. 5 is less than 9, so we're going to use the less than sign. Our next one is 7/12 and 1/2. I know I can make 2 into 12 by multiplying by 6 on top and bottom. So I get 6/12. So I'm going to look at that 7 and look at that 6. 7 is greater than 6, so we have a greater than sign. This next one is a little bit more difficult because one is a fraction and one is a decimal. I am going to change them both into decimals, and I know that 1/4 is 0.25. If you have that memorized, you don't need to show it. So let's look at the 10th place number. We have a 2 and we have a 4. A 2 is less than a 4, so we're going to put a less than sign. We have 7/10 right there and 7/9. We need to figure out what that is. I'm going to change 7/10 into 7 over 10. Now, this denominator is 10 right here. This one's 9. I know that if I multiply this one by 9, I get 63 over 90. If I multiply this one by 10, I'll get 70 over 90. So I have a common denominator now. So all I have to do is look at these top numbers. 63 is less than 70. Okay, let's take a look at this problem right here. We're going to order these fractions from least to greatest. I know that I can make all 4 of those into 36. Some of you may just be able to look at it and be like, I know it's 1/4, 1/2, 2/3, and then 5/6. Some of you can't do that though, so we're going to make the common denominator 36. So 2 to get to 36, we're going to multiply by 18. 18 times 1 is 18. To make 3 36, we're going to be multiplying by 12. 2 times 12 is 24. To make 4 to 36, we're going to multiply by 9. So we get 9. And then to get 6 to 36, we're going to multiply by 6. So 5 times 6 is 30. So if we look, 1/4 number is right here. 9 is the smallest. Then we're going to look at the 1/2 because that is 18 over 36. You do need to write them as the original fraction, so if you did not do that, make sure you're erasing and rewriting them. 24 over 36 comes next, which is the 2/3. And then lastly, we have 30 over 36, which is 5/6. This last one, we have number 6. It is not the last one, I'm sorry. We saw 7 and 8. Number 6, we can make all of those into 18. So we just need to change the first 3 to have 18 on the bottom. 3 times 6 is 18, so we're going to multiply this first one by 6, so we get 12. 9 times 2 is 18, so we're going to be multiplying by 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then 6 times 3 is 18, so 5 times 3 is 15. Our smallest number will be this 4 over 18, which is 2/9. I'm going to cross them out as I go. Our next smallest number is this 11 18. Then 12/18, which is 2/3. And then lastly, we're going to finish up with 15 over 18, which is 5/6. over 6. Okay, at any time, if you need the sub to stop and go over again, make sure you're asking. I'm going to erase that this time and scroll up so it's easier for us to see the bottom. Okay, number 7. Darius spends 35%. Now that's important of his time doing math homework. Alex spends 2/5. Who spends more time? So I am going to change them both to percents because I know that 5 times 20 is 100 and percents are out of 100. So Alex spends 40% of his time. So Alex, and then our explanation is our work because that's math. Number 8. 3 snack bars contain 1/5, 0.22, and 19% of their calories from fat. Which snack bar contains the least amount? So I want to do percent. So I have 19%. 0.22, we'll go 1, 2. We'll change it to 22%. And then 1/5, I'm going to multiply by 20 to get 20 over 100. So that is 20%. So which snack bar contains the least amount of calories from fat? That would be the one that has 19%. Okay, at this time, you're going to be putting that in your binder, and the sub will be passing out your worksheet. Make sure you have your worksheet up and ready to go so you can circle the problems that you're doing tonight. If you're quiet enough, the sub may allow you to work with a partner. If not, you are working silently. Okay, make sure when you get your worksheet that you write your name and number at the top. We are only doing even, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 14. Again, if the sub would like you to work together, you can if you do that quietly. However, if the sub says no, then you're working independently and quietly. You do only have 7 questions. When you're done, make sure you turn it into the tray. If you don't get it done in class, it is homework.